Good morning, guys. We are out here. We are getting ready to start a new project, and this is actually Keith's shop and house.
Yep. So yeah, it's a 60 by 140, and we'll have a garage door on this end and on the other end, and then one on that end. So we'll be able to have a truck come driving straight through and unload the big long post or metal inside. So
As he stocks all his lumber, but right now it's just sitting outside, and days like today where it's like 25, 26 degrees out, stuff is frozen, and when you gotta go get lumber, it's just kind of a pain. So if it's all stored inside, that'll be really nice.
Yeah. And then we have a little apartment on the side over here that's 28 wide by 52 long with a little porch on it. So it'll have 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. So just a nice little apartment. 15-foot high walls, bottom will have wainscoting, 2-foot overhang. So it'll be a fairly nice building.
We're going to be putting a metal ceiling on the inside, and so like we said earlier, we're going to be putting lumber in there and some of our equipment, storing it in there, and then on one end of it, Keith is talking about putting maybe a shuffleboard, maybe a tennis court on the one end. So we're trying to figure out what we want for what color of metal ceiling we should put inside. So if you guys have any suggestions, maybe of something that you think would be cool, because we want it to be exciting, we want it to be fun colors. So if you have any suggestions, drop it in the comment down below. And so what I'm going to try to do on this building here is post 1 to 2 videos a week just as we start working. Today we're going to be just marking out some of the walls, right, Keith? And
cutting the studs and just getting stuff ready to slap it up on Monday. So cut these studs at 16 foot exactly. So normally I would cut them 4.5 inches under, because you'd have one bottom plate and double top plate, so that'd be 4.5 inches. So you cut them at a 16-foot wall, you'd want to cut them at 7.5. But because of some complications with the apartment over there, it's going to be a continuous slope of the shop down onto the house. So we had some trusses that I got messed up. Anyways, the heel height was got messed up. Anyway, so it changed the height of our apartment wall. Anyway, so now I'm trying to make the shop walls higher, so it makes the apartment walls at 8 foot. So once it's all said and done, we'll really have 16 4.5 ceiling height inside. Starting my layout from the edge of the concrete. We pour all our concrete, form all our concrete. So when we are forming, we do special effort to make our forms really straight. Take our framing and put it right with the concrete, because the concrete is really straight. I liked starting my layout from the edge of the concrete. So you hook on your concrete, your studs will be 2 foot on center from there on. So, but because the way we do this is we're not getting OSB for our sheeting on the outside, we do purlins. So what we'll do is we'll keep all of our framing, our bottom plates, all that in 1.5 inches. And so when we set our walls, there'll be 1.5 inches here, and then once we put on our purlins when we nail them onto our studs, the purlins will be flush with the outside of your concrete. So when we put our trim on, it'll go down over the edge of this concrete and come down to roughly down in here. I've seen a lot of people where they build where they would, with sheeting, they'd put this framing flush with the outside of your concrete, and then you put your sheeting on yet, so your sheeting is outside of your concrete, and so there's nothing really to help finish it off. So we always keep our wood inside of the edge of the concrete, and then our metal goes down and goes on the outside of the concrete. So we'll keep this in 1.5 inches, and then when we have our purlin, this will be a purlin, it'll go like that, and then our metal can go down over the wood and onto the concrete. Now we're just matching our treated up to our top plate. So we're just, the top plates are 20 footers, the bottom are 16s, and so we're happy to cut a 16 in half to make it a 40 foot. I want to do 40 feet at a time to set them up. 16 foot high by 40 feet long is kind of a nice size to set up in one shot. So we're just making sure our 40 foot top and bottom plates come out the same, so we can put a joint there so we can set them up easy.
So you're putting in a door right there, right, Keith?
Yeah, I'm trying to place it at a right spot where our truss is not sitting on the top of the door. So my truss, or my bearing stud is right there, so I just put my jack there, and our door will be right here, and the trusses will go on either side of the door.
So are you debating standing a 60-foot wall or 40-foot wall?
Well, if I do a 40, that means I'm gonna have a 20-foot wall. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do a.
And we don't have time just to stand on a 20-foot wall.
No, so we make this one just do a 60-foot wall.
Let's send it.
You want to send it? Yeah, we got this.
Let's
Okay,
do it. 60 foot, let's go.
We got that and we got that lift. So Connor, you can just go from that corner and make it flush to the end. 18-foot wide garage door. And because it's a free, a 60-foot span there, so we have to have a laminated beam that's 19 feet long, and so the garage door is 18, and then we'll set it back in here 6 inches. So I'll have 4 studs that this beam is sitting on. So we'll have a stud here, and here, and here, where the header is going to sit on.
Well guys, we're gonna call it a day. The sun went down, it's getting cold out, it's getting dark. We just about got these walls ready to stand. Got a header to put in for the garage door. That's gonna be a monster.
18 by 14, it's a big garage.
Wow.
Probably the biggest I've ever did, actually.
How big is that beam?
It's 22 inches tall, 5 1/8 wide, and 22.5 inches tall.
We got the purlins on, and we are good to go.